As a patient decides on plastic surgery, this is a very important decision in their life, and so they do not need to take that lightly. And the very first thing is, of course, if you have a board eligible or board certified plastic surgeon. Then I think once they've gone to their consultation and met their plastic surgeon, I do think they need to be very comfortable with that person, because that is the person that they are going to be forming the relationship and that they are putting their trust into. And so I think they need to be comfortable with the office staff, and of particular the plastic surgeon, because that's very important. They need to be able to communicate with the staff and the plastic surgeon. When they're in consultation, and a lot of patients today have sought at least one other opinion, which is a good thing. I often find sometimes if they've gone to too many, then they get confused, because there are more ways of doing one facial rejuvenation to achieve the same result. Plastic surgery is always known as an art, not a science. And there are multiple procedures and multiple ways of doing different procedures. So particularly facial procedures that patients will come in and say, well, they told me this, but you're telling me this. Well, okay, well, I could do it their way too, but this is how I prefer to do it when I'm evaluating you. And plastic surgery, as plastic surgeons, there are many ways to do a facelift. And every patient presents with different physical characteristics that on one patient I may do something just a little different than I may do on another patient, or I may add this that I wouldn't add to that patient. And so that's why the consultation is so important. It's important once the patient gets that understanding of what the surgeon is planning for them. Also, then it comes to a lot of times, what is price? It's important that many plastic surgery offices offer financing, and that's available in my office. We have different financial plans. There are different ways of payment, but it's important not to get stuck on just the cost. In other words, well, he or she's offering this for however much less than you're offering it. Well, there may be a reason for that. I believe if everything is, most plastic surgeons are pretty competitive with one another. It's sort of like if you go to, grocery stores, you have some that are a little more expensive than others, but as long as they're all experienced and educated, I do believe that the most important thing is that when you leave that office, give and take everything else, is that you do need to feel comfortable with the practice, because that's what you're going to be dealing with. Once the procedure is not a one-stop deal, it is a process, and you will be seeing that surgeon and his staff more prior to the surgery and then more after the surgery, and you need to be able to feel comfortable. You need to be able to feel comfortable that if you have any questions or concerns, you're able to bring those up, and that person will be able to listen to you and understand.